Thank you for having this conversation with me. Mental short film that I came up with kind of got inspired by my family does a lot with addiction. Not really was really a part of it, but I just kind of seen it from afar. And me as a filmmaker, I really want to tell stories that resonate with people.
Al, we want to congratulate you for making 1 year within your sobriety journey.
So I wanted to tell a story that is realistic. There's goods and there's bads, highs and lows, and it's a lifelong journey that people struggle with. And I know you, of course, have your expertise in.
Well, okay, so I started out when I was getting my master's of science in clinical psychology in addiction. And as I went through those few years of study, I found that it's not really about addiction or substance use disorder, but more focused on the series of events or one huge traumatic event that shaped the way a person perceives the world.
You know, to be tough and like just, oh, you're going to a therapist that's soft, like that's
misogyny.
Yeah, but that's history though too. Like
it is.
When you look like Black history, we always are fighting. Gotta be strong.
Well, I think that was done on purpose as well to prevent you from actually being super successful. Because like once that culture starts managing the way that they are now, things change. Just like Asian cultures, they manage themselves in the manner that works best for them, and they're really truly independent and free while following those guidelines that are set. That means that we fully understand the culture much better than our white counterparts do, and we start gaming that system so that we become successful. At the end of the day, each and every one of our journeys through life is individual, and we have to figure out how we're going to approach it. We have to understand that mental health is one of those game changers. And as soon as you start managing that, not toxic masculinity and being like a tough ass, but more so managing your own emotions.
Right.
It just changes everything.
In a healthy way.
What's difficult is how conditioned we are to think that there's something fundamentally wrong with us, when in fact we've been conditioned to always, and this is minorities, but we're all just minorities, always we're less than, we're not good enough, we are forced to work harder, and we have to really be strategic in the way that we interact with the world.
Yeah. I don't know if it's forgetting or don't want to acknowledge or just ignorance, but people think that certain things just go away, don't exist anymore, like just the generational trauma. Oh, why are these people acting that way? Well, I mean, first off, we came without wanting to be here. You didn't want us here. There's a whole like history of segregation, Jim Crow, there's redlining, certain things that we had to endure. So it's like we always kind of had to like fight and force our way where we're not necessarily wanted. And it's just crazy how that's, I guess people think that just doesn't exist anymore.
Well, look at how things are right now. I don't understand, and I will never understand fully how difficult it is for you at all. I chose to be here with you, and you chose me to be that person to explain these things. These are definitive choices. Sure, we get anxious about it, but then we just commit to it. And I was having a conversation earlier about grit, and that's patience with yourself. That's understanding you're gonna feel a whole bunch of emotions, and you have a choice in how you want to react, or in this case, not react, respond, because you're identifying and acknowledging that you're being impacted by this, and instead of being reactive and wanting to take it out on people, you respond by managing yourself first.
Yeah.
The whole point of living is to be part of something. not too many people know how to live on their own and be okay with themselves. You know, everyone is striving to achieve something. And we've had these conversations before.
Yeah.
Unless you are comfortable with your own self, you'll be very uncomfortable outside of you. Okay, so you find that comfort, that means that identity of who you really are, and understanding that there will be shame, there will be guilt, there will be these overwhelming feelings that you have when you're around other people. And understanding that there's a strong possibility that these other people who are around you have those same feelings as you, they just aren't saying anything.
Right.
Strongest desire, right? We talk about that, your strongest desire, like what you were put on earth to do, right? So vocation, what is your vocation? Is it sorting boxes at Amazon?
Absolutely not.
Is it sitting in front of a bunch of spreadsheets and creating a deck with graphs? I can say no to that. Fuck no. At the end of the day, you know, it quite literally is trying as many things as you can and seeing what will work best for you and not make you feel as shitty or shitty at all. And then just go with it as you go with it. It'll be hard at the beginning, but the more and more patient you are, you will start to understand that it isn't about anyone else other than yourself.
Yeah.
So then you're doing these things, and they're difficult at first, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. And in this case, like, the more films you make, you know, the better you get at it.
Right.
Working with a team of people.
Yeah.
Managing.
I think that's collaborating. That's one thing that we're doing right now. So that's something that I'm trying to make more of an effort to do, is collaborate with different people and just, I guess, expand my horizon.
Yeah, your perception of yourself, and your
right.
perspective outside of you, and your impact on other people's lives, as small as you may think it may be. It could be 5 minutes, you know, helping someone do something, and it totally changes the way that you see them, right?
Yeah.
They'll say some things, and I'll be like, you know, I know some other people that probably be a better fit for you, you know, and I'm not trying to be offensive or anything like that, but I know for a fact this isn't gonna work. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. It's like, I'm not trying to be mean. Like, here's some referrals out. Or vice versa, they're telling me, you know, I don't feel comfortable, you know, maybe this isn't a good fit after a few sessions.
Yeah.
I'm like, I totally respect it. I'm glad that you spoke up instead of trying to endure, because therapy isn't about enduring anything, it's about understanding. And most people think that when you go see a therapist, they change you. No, I get to share space with you, and I get to be there with you as you're going through what you're going through. And you're allowing me to listen and be there with you.
Right.
There's no power dynamic. And if you can't establish that understanding with each other, it's the wrong fit. It is the wrong fit. Like, you're coming in, you're feeling anxious and stuff, that's normal. Like, I get anxious every time before I go see my therapist.
Yeah.
That's normal, because like you have to face some things. You gotta feel things.
Right.
You don't want to feel.
Right.
And possibly
you gotta
wrong.
be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
100%. Filipino culture, the males are stoic, you know, and the females are the ones that like have the outbursts, so to say. And in this American society, men are supposed to be stoic, right? Is that Sigma male? Right?
Yeah, something like that.
And the reality is, males are actually super emotional in comparison to females.
Yeah, they just
hide
it,
hold
it in.
Right, but males holding it in are the reason why we have like domestic violence.
Yep.
Because no one taught them how to manage their emotions. When we're thinking about this from a lens of substance use disorder, right? Because this is why we're here. That's just, at the end of the day, an option, and it's the only option that they see because it's easy to get, and it takes care of things. So a lot of the alcoholics I worked with, they'd pick up 2 liters of Tito's and they'd pound half of it
Yeah.
just to get the day started, go to work, right? And then at lunch, pound the other half. Short term, yeah, your liver can handle it. Not like after 3 months you start getting fatty deposits, start gaining weight, start feeling like shit,
Yeah.
and then like performance issues
The
at work.
momentary happiness or momentary satisfaction.
Well, numbness is like
yeah.
really all they're looking for is that they don't have to think. They don't have to think. When you're seeking professional help, if you broke your finger, would you just deal with it? Or you broke your, even better, if you broke your leg,
Yeah.
right, and the bone is sticking out, would you just like ask someone to pull your leg
No.
and set it for you? You go to a professional,
Right.
and that medical professional will basically set your leg and then give you prescription medications to help manage the pain, and then give you different guidelines so that you understand what's going on instead of just blindly doing something.
Mhm.
So it's the same with mental health. Diagnosis serves as a starting point, but it changes depending on how close a relationship you get with the individual therapist and how willing you are to be honest with them. And then that willingness gives you a closer diagnosis to what it actually is so that they can give you modalities of therapy. If you get a good therapist, they won't just stick with one. They'll recognize it and then they'll help you understand, oh, the cognitive behavioral therapy isn't working, all right? So then we'll go to cognitive therapy, which is more mindfully based than cognitive behavioral therapy. And we'll give you some really good ways to manage shit. And they'll give you examples and then you'll practice it in session, all right? So the toxic masculinity associated with mental health is still there for sure, probably, probably everywhere. However, I really truly believe that people are looking for help. They just don't realize that it's easily obtainable.
Easier than you probably think it is.
Well, yeah, no. If you feel judged, then like call someone else.
I want to be able to have conversations like these, like make films where people are just talking and it's more thought out, and I can have an impact.
Well, you are. You know, the more you do this, the more opportunities you share your work. You know, it may end up being that you touch one other person's life, right? So I think of it this way, like you touch one person, they have 5 friends.
Yeah.
And those 5 friends have 5 friends. And so when you think of it that way, you see things a lot differently. You know, you hold yourself more accountable for what's about to come out of your mouth,
Right.
and how you behave. But I think that it's good because YouTube's like very open, you know, any other video community that you create will be more open to understanding these things, all because you chose to share it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you
Well,
keep doing more work, man. This is good.
I'm going to release the film Mental in the end of July is my goal.
Sweet.
I'm gonna do like a little screening and go from there.